Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Indy Road Course race review. So I didn't do one for Michigan. I was at the race, went Monday, and was just super busy all week. Didn't really have a good time. By the time I actually had time to do it, it wasn't really worth it. But Michigan was awesome. Uh, but today we had the Indy Road Course, and we see what happens when there's no stage breaks. A good natural race where you're just like, wow, races can play out naturally and stuff. So, um, yeah, early on, we had the caution, Joey Logano being an absolute menace. I mean, took out Haley and then bulldozed turn one on the next restart. That was pretty bad. But besides that, there was a few spins throughout the race. And that was the only caution on the race was like lap two. Then they restarted like lap five, and we went green the entire way. So, uh, yeah, I mean, it was very weird. It was very weird having a race that went green pretty much the entire race, right? Um, so you had a caution on like lap two, and then you went green the entire way. They said it was 117 minutes of green flag racing, which hasn't happened since Atlanta 2016. And I remember that. I kind of remember that race. It was like 200 laps green to start it. Um, so yeah, that was that. Early on, Michael McDowell was able to get past Suarez, and to be honest, McDowell kind of dominated the race. He never ever got a huge lead in the race, but kind of managed to gap the entire race and was able to win. Um, Suarez honestly probably would have won if his pit crew decided to not collapse under the pressure, I guess. He was flying that last run, but ran out of time. But yeah, Suarez was probably the fastest car, but lost some track position earlier in the race, and then the pit stop ended him. So he never got the caution. So Todd crashed as well. Surprisingly, did not bring out a caution, and then you had AJ Allmendinger had a dreadful day. Really bad. Got spun up by Ryan Blaney, and then got uh went into the gravel trap and got through it. Didn't bring out a caution. Uh, I don't think we can stress how much greatness was the fact that we didn't have a late race yellow here. The new restart zone to try to spread out the field did spread out the field, but it was still, I could see like with the green white checker, just total chaos still, kamikaze bombs and stuff like that, and just yeah, this it kind of worked. If they really wanted to make sure turn one was not chaotic, they would move it to the left hander before that left hander, like where you enter pit road, you would move it like there. So you have to go to that left hander and then the right hander to the start finish straight. That would really spread everyone out. But it is what it is. It was nice. It honestly felt weird that we had such a long green flag run. Like we've been so accustomed to stage breaks. So you're just not like, what are we doing? It's a long green flag run. But I enjoyed it a lot, and it's just more proof that we don't need stage breaks. The race was only 2 hours and 8 minutes, something like that. So very fast race, and then not much else. Hmm. Just say about the race. Um, at the end, Chase Elliott was trying to make a charge, but lap traffic was too mighty for him. Um, but he got close, but it took him too long to get around Mike Rockefeller in the 42. So, um, yeah, it was a good race, and it was nice just to see a race play out naturally. You just don't get that anymore, right? We might get it next week at Watkins Glen, and then the Roval in a month or two. So it was nice. I don't know if we're ever gonna get no stage breaks at ovals, but we can only hope. But yeah, and then McDowell won, pretty dominant performance, like I said. I'm sure the media will try to chalk this up as a big upset win, but they've been really fast at road courses since the next gen, and so it was kind of only a matter of time that they hit everything just right. And it could have happened at a better time for them. I see him winning brings the playoff bubble into somewhat of an interesting place. Harvick and Brad can only get knocked out by winners at this point, but I don't know with how Suarez ran today. Maybe next week's the week for him or Chase Elliott. Uh, then Daytona gets really interesting because Brad and Harvick at the point battle while anyone can win type of deal. But Bubba's 28 to the good. He lost 30 points today to the cutoff, I think, or very close to 30 points. He is definitely not safe. He needs to have a better run at Watkins Glen. His issue, the drivers that are behind him are good at road courses. Suarez and Ty Gibbs. Chase Elliott, he has to win. Like you don't realistically make up 80 points in 2 races, even if you get like 2 stage wins in both races and stuff. Um, so that's that. And next week is Watkins Glen. So I expect kind of the same thing, same fast cars, but between Suarez, not Harvick, Suarez, McDowell, Elliott, Reddick, Kyle Busch. Actually, I gotta watch out for Kyle Busch next week. But because he had some weird engine issue, and that kind of ruined his race, to be honest. But I know there's a lot of talk about we should have both races at Indy now, a road course and an oval. I don't think so. I don't think the fan base is really there to support it. But they can try it. But I'm pretty confident we're going to the oval next year, so we got that to look forward to in the future next year. So we'll see how that works out. I'm not too hopeful, to be honest, with how this car works with single group racetracks. So yeah, it was a fun race, interesting race because of how it played out, and a cool winner. So not much to complain about. Um, yeah. So next week is Watkins Glen. Should be a fun one. And I'll see you guys then. If you like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.